The champions of champions. He's here. The
Yeah,
legend
bro.
is the legend is here. My guy is here.
What's
What's up,
up,
man?
man? Man, what's going on? Not much.
This is different, man. You know, I
It,
always try
it
to.
says it says recording. Wow.
Yeah, man. I already got it set up, man. I told you when I do these things, I try to make sure it's official. We just
Hey, you know
adapt
how to
to each other.
navigate a pandemic, man.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. This is, we'll talk about that. What all is going on, but
Yep.
I've found a way to just adapt to it, man. I've been feel like I've been more creative during this time more than anything. To be honest with you.
Wow. That's what's up.
I mean, it's kind of like you either gonna sit or fold, or you gonna make something happen. I feel like
Me,
if you gonna
on
make
me,
something
on
happen,
me.
you gotta make it happen. Now, obviously,
Yeah.
recognizing, you still gotta pace yourself. You don't want to burn yourself out, but
Right,
I'm like,
right.
man, I'm here. I'm like, everybody's at the house. I've been like, I'm about to hit this person up for an interview, and I'm
Man,
like, I'm just gonna
your
hit up everybody.
background is like, wait a
Uh,
minute.
that's hey, that's Shelby, bro. That's all Shelby.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh, say,
Shelby's still here. So
that's what's up.
that's but I like it. I might have to keep it. She don't know
It
that
looks
though.
like up down. I know you've been to up down before.
I haven't been up down yet, but
What? Well, I mean, it's gonna
I
be a
don't
while.
it's gonna be a minute, you know what I mean? But we'll get there. We'll get
We
there.
all have to go, man. That place is I know it gets jam packed, but it's pretty fun, especially on a night that's chill, something like that.
We finna be wearing masks, brother. So they be in that motherfucking
It,
mask on.
it's gonna be a while. Mm.
But let me
But
let me
man,
let me let me do it real quick. Let me do this real quick so because
okay,
people may not understand. Last time we did this, we were supposed to do a video and work. So we
okay,
back, brand new episode. It's my good brother Malik, aka Imax Beats, young legend,
yes, sir.
young Don. One of the most talented people that I know. So if you
Man,
heard him on
man.
episode 2, we are back again. You've been on I would say off the grid for a minute. You just like
Yeah, man.
disappeared and then had this post and anyways he's here to drop a new project. We'll talk about that, man.
Oh
But how
yeah.
how you feeling, brother? How you feeling? How's everything?
I'm at about like 80%, bro. So
80. Let's
obviously,
talk about it. What you mean 80?
so this obviously what we're going through is kind of slowed down everything in terms of like socially being with people and stuff like that,
Yeah.
all the social distancing and whatnot. But um, it's interesting that I'm still in the industry for 50% of my life. I'm still in an industry that's like going full. We still do everything day to day basis. It's nowhere near normal, but we still operating.
Right.
And then also on the music side of things, like um, I was just ready to do something. I was just ready to drop something new. I was ready to like that post I put out there. It's time. Um,
Is that the name of the
it's time.
project?
Yeah.
Okay,
By the way,
okay,
it's time.
okay, okay. 'Cause
Uh,
I was doing a
wow,
drop. And I
that's
was
a
like,
smooth transition.
no, God, I'm just making sure. Cause I'm like legit. So like before, like most people get on, I'll do like a pre-drop, let people know what we're gonna talk about. Like
Right, right,
just
right, right.
and I was like the project called Time, and I was sitting back. I was like, I don't know if it's called Time, but you
Mm.
emphasize time. And I
Yeah,
read it,
it's
and go ahead. Actually, no,
no, yeah,
explain.
no. What was you gonna say, man?
I was
It's
reading
good.
your post,
Hmm.
and obviously I try to be very observant of like when things are going on. And I was
Right,
like,
right.
man, I heard from Malik in a minute. I was like, yo, like, obviously I'm like, I know he probably still working and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope all is well. But I was like, I haven't heard from him. Like I haven't seen him. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I was like, okay, maybe he taking a break. I mean, obviously, life, yeah, you don't have to be on social media every day. But I was like,
Hmm.
something's not right. Like something's not clicking in my head. And
I had to take a little bit because personally the COVID-19, even though I don't, there's one person as a family friend that has had it. I think he's been since lifted from the hospital. Was on a ventilator at one point, but other than that, by the grace of God, knock on wood, haven't had anybody that's personally been diagnosed with COVID-19 that I know.
right,
Um, in my family other than that family friend. But um, I think it was time to kind of step away a little bit. It was like taking control of work life. Like everything we do now operationally is centered by that. So I kind of take a break of social media. I was getting tired of seeing, on one side you see all these stories of just like it's not getting better, especially with Black Americans dying at a higher rate. We see stuff like that, and I was like, I'm kind of tired of seeing negativity. There's no positivity. There's no positive signs for vaccination. There's no positive signs of this and that. So I took a step away. I haven't watched local news since like, oh my God, probably early March,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, since when everything hit the fan with the NBA and stuff like that. I haven't seen the news since then, so it's been almost 2 months. Um,
Mm.
I don't watch it. I think it's like super negative. And that's like CNN, Fox 2, KSDK, any of them. I'm not watching them. So
Right.
I'm not in that mood for that negativity. Um, at any point, especially right now when we trying to like move forward through it. So
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense, man. I really haven't. I think it's an interest for me because I mean I'm not here by myself, so I
right,
got there's people that I have to account for, not just simply for their safety, but just for the simple fact
correct.
that their mental well being is the mental well being has been affected. Both
Hmm.
good and bad. It's been good to be around somebody that you really care about, and her friend,
Right,
and then
right.
obviously you grow in a relationship with a little one too. So like that's been great, but also like and
Hmm.
eventually it takes a toll on everybody because like
Absolutely.
every day looks the same. I just think it's more so like
Hmm.
it really when I saw you, I meant to say I really just saw your post, man. I was like he gets it. I was
I'm
like
I I'm there, man. We on the same brainwave. Well, I mean, if we
right.
wasn't already, then like this is confirming it.
Yeah, and I've always knew that, but I was like,
Hmm.
he gets it. Like, we all think that we have all this time, like, and I mean this, with the utmost respect, because obviously it's just people in situations right now where
Right.
it's way over their head. There's people that were born with, disabilities that can never fully reach that potential with it. So it's levels to it,
Absolutely.
but it's like it's like the essence of time is so it's so real. People don't understand that. Like I was thinking like a
Yes,
week
sir.
ago, man. I think that's the one aspect I struggle with. I was like, man, I'm 25. I was like, oh, I'm about to be 30. Like
Right.
everything started to click. I was like, yo, like I'm not a kid anymore. Now, granted, like I don't think you have to pressure yourself to work harder. And I know that you
Right.
mentioned that in the post, or
Hmm.
like you have to reach this milestone. But it made me start thinking like life started to come a little serious, not
It,
just
it's
because,
it's
yeah,
hitting fast at a certain point, but um, especially when you in that post college period, or the people that may not have took the college route even in that post high school period, or post when you first get into the workforce period. It's kind of
hmm
that window between 30 when everybody's expecting you to do these certain things, like expecting you to get married and have kids and get that first promotion and do these certain things. And it's like, I kind of want to slow things down. Like my worst fear is to be 30 and at
unhappy.
these boring right at these boring dinner parties and like trying to make sure everything is like cool and suburby. Like, no, that is not what I want to be. That is not what I want to do. Like that is
Yeah,
so cliche to me. I still want to be having fun. Like I want to be lively at 30. I want to do something that's kind of like off the board, off the grid, and still be able to change it up and be myself at 30 and not be boxed
right.
in by what suburbia or society is telling me to do.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And for me, I was just thinking like we put so much emphasis at certain points of our lives, and I was just like,
Right.
I had to, I had to really think because at one end, I'm thinking, okay, we have to be realistic.
Hmm.
What are you wasting your time on? Like,
Right.
'Cause I think we all have something that we use to escape. Like most guys, their escape is it's usually video games, right? That's usually what
Exactly.
most guys do
Exactly.
to escape.
Yeah,
Or so
that's
I
a
was
good
like,
point.
okay. So I was like, I started thinking. I was like, okay, you love video games. That's your
Mhm.
de-stressor. That's what you've been doing
That's your
to
decompress. That's what you
right,
like to
right,
do.
right. So I was like, okay, now what else is it that you're still trying to do? You have to
Hmm.
find that. You have to find that understanding that if you want to reach that level you're trying to reach, you can't play video games eight,
To
10 hours a day
exactly.
every day. Now, obviously, if you feel like you just not there, man, you just happy to be alive, then so
Hmm.
be it. But we can't sit here and start emphasizing, doing absolutely nothing and getting. Because the thing is, it's two things that we do, and it could be our age, it can just be us. But at our age, we do
Hmm.
this a lot. We have high expectations for ourselves when we get places,
Absolutely.
but then the action behind that does not it's not counterintuitive. Like it doesn't go
Hmm.
together. It doesn't make any sense. We
It's
can't.
nothing is gonna fall into place like you expect it to be, and I think we,
Yeah.
um, especially coming up in a society where you see everything on social media and it's like a status thing. Like we feel the need to be at this place at a certain time. We need to be doing this and if somebody's doing X, Y, and Z, I need to be on that X, Y, and Z path. It's like, no, why don't you go backwards and do Z, Y, X, go on the reverse path or do something like that, or do something different, have and create your own path rather than following, doing this and making sure that you're keeping up with the Joneses and stuff like that. Because it's never, even the people that keep up with the Joneses, their path never turns out exactly how they want it to be, but they still chase so much of this and lose so much of this time trying to chase up with somebody else, and it doesn't
And
work out.
it doesn't. And and like I say, even I've been honest with myself
Hmm.
because I'm like, okay, I'm getting back to that mode of like, all right, it's time for. I don't care if it's free, but I was like, it's time for another book. It's time. Like
Right.
it's the album modes. I like to say like that feeling is starting to itch back.
Absolutely.
But it's like, okay, let's think about this. If you drop the book tomorrow,
Hmm.
just randomly, I was like, you cannot be mad if it does not end up in the result that
Correct.
cause like some things take a lot of time. Like I use an example like Lizzo, for example. It took
Hmm.
her, that song. It's a song that took her off, but that song was playing
Hmm.
on everybody like movie for like 2 years, and then the society caught hold of it, and she just took off. She could have made that song 5 years ago. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And it just like
And it's
finally,
it's it's at the perfect. It's always a perfect time and a perfect path for something, man. And it's plotted out in whatever religion that you may believe in. It's plotted out that there's a perfect time and place for everything. You just know that time is going to happen, and have confidence it's going to happen. It may not happen to 100% of your liking, but it's on the way and it's going to happen. Especially if you put your time and your energy towards it. So, like you saying with Lizzo, it's that's the perfect time. And it's songs out there that don't hit the impact as soon as somebody puts it out and expect this result. Like, I mean, I dropped all my promo, my marketing. It didn't do the vast amounts of numbers, but I think the impact of it is goes way longer than likes or reposts could do any day. So um, it's
I
big.
feel like that holds people's back. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like
Yeah, you
that holds people back.
good.
It's the notion of okay, nobody's messing with my stuff
Right.
like I expect them to, and so I'm not gonna do it. Actually, I wrote a blog like 3 weeks ago
Hmm.
that it's on the platform I use called Medium. Uh,
Right.
it got selected out of the thousands of blogs to be like on the main
Hmm.
thing, and I was like, oh my
That's
god,
what's
like
up.
no, it was one of those things where I was sitting and my email went. I was
That's
scrolling.
crazy.
I was no, it's like it's crazy. I was like, I was looking. I was like, what they say? 'Cause I read it. And I was like, oh, like they're gonna select
Ooh.
me possibly.
Uh,
And I showed it to Shelby. I was like, Shelby, like, you see this? And she was like, you know, like that means you own it right now, right? I was like, oh, I was like, okay.
that's crazy.
Yeah, and so, but then I dropped two more, and then the impact it's not the same. Like I
Mm-hmm.
realized, like I was trying to like feed the hot hand. I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
on to something.
and it's like I use those Twitter posts that go viral, for example,
Yeah,
and they go viral. They might have 1 or 2 or 3 million retweets, but then the next tweet that somebody adds to that thread is like quote unquote a flop. So it's kind of like it's not to say that what you drop next is a flop. It's just not doing the same numbers.
yeah,
And it's like striking the iron while it's hot may not have the same result, but it's having confidence that you still have that ability. You had that ability to make it there in the first place. So
yeah,
why you have the ability to build on it somewhere down the road. Just don't be disappointed in yourself when it might not do numbers like X, Y, and Z. Somebody else might be doing numbers. So
yeah. No, you're absolutely right. 'Cause I remember when I first, like I said, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it. Then when I dropped the next one, I'm like, okay,
hmm
people catching on to it. And I was looking, and I was like, oh, okay, there is it's over with. But my thing is, I try to tell people, man, because I don't writing is like painting, and
hmm
painting is like hip hop. Like everything is all very, very competitive,
hmm
and the market is so saturated, oversaturated. Really, like
Bro,
podcast is oversaturated, YouTube is
everybody's doing
oversaturated. Everybody's doing it. So you sit back and like I think when you starting off, you're like, man, like I don't want to do this because nobody's gonna watch me. But I'm like, didn't those people do the same thing?
it.
They
Right.
started off
Those
with
people had
absolutely
to take that chance. Like bro, I understand where you are because producing, especially with the age of like using your laptop for everything, is not you don't have to go to an actual studio to make music anymore. Just creating your own space in your own room, like everybody's doing it. It's probably millions, hundreds of thousands of millions of producers out there that think they got the same thing that I do, um, or have the same shot that somebody else. And the market is so saturated with producers, but the thing with me on my side, I think everything sounds the same. So that's why I'm trying to create that whole different wave, that whole different wavelength of thinking to be,
for sure.
something different rather than 140 BPM and claps all the time. Like
Yeah.
that's where we are. No knock to them. The music is hot, but I like something different.
Answer this question for me, because I might be tripping.
hmm
Why have you never taken a YouTube rating?
Like a
Like,
YouTube like
like,
creative
yes, like,
channel,
yeah, like in the sense
like
of
a
like,
producing channel.
obviously, you can go on YouTube and type in like Drake type beat. You see
hmm
a guy that's been making these Drake type beats for like 3 years, and he
hmm
has like 700,000 subscribers or whatever.
Right, right,
Like, is there a reason you never took that lane?
right. I think it's kind of the easy way out. Plus, I don't want my music to be labeled in a box. Like, I know I do love like Travis Scott and Kid Cudi and Ye and like that whole like darker type of vibe that Toronto kind of twist of the late like 2010s and stuff like that. But I
Yeah,
don't want mine to be like Travis Scott type beat. Like I feel like it's so much more because like only one person can make an IMAX beat. So
that's real.
I feel like it's no replication in that. I don't want to be cliche, and I feel like that's the easy way out. Am I saying it won't work? No, it does work. ASAP Rocky literally typed in ASAP Rocky type beat, and somebody got a placement off of it. So it does work, but I feel like personally, that's just the easy way out.
Yeah, that's real. I just
It's
never,
it's
I've
really
never asked that question, like why
mhm.
I mean, I know you usually drop on streaming services, you drop on
Hmm.
SoundCloud. And I was like,
Right, right,
that's
right.
great. You know what I mean? That works out. But I was like, man, like, I wonder why he's never dropped on YouTube. Just like fully just
I,
took that
it's
route.
just it's too easy, man. I feel like you box yourself in trying to cater to um one type of artist, like a Big Sean type beat or something like that. It's like no, like I'm trying to produce for like I ironically enough, I dropped like a little list of people on my Instagram story that I want to work with, and it ranges from like Don Tolliver to Baby King, Jack Harlow to like Big
All three of
Sean,
those people are
Ye,
hard. Oh my God.
like
Don
Kid
Toliver is
Cudi,
hard.
Don
Yeah.
Tolliver go. That's probably like even though Travis, Kid Cudi, and Ye my favorite artists all the time, like Don Tolliver might be the number one person I want to work with right now.
And Jack
Just
Harlow
because
nice
bro is
too.
fresh. Jack
Yeah.
Harlow's nice, man. What's Poppin' just went platinum. That
So
song was smash, but nah, Don Tolliver has the most slept on project all year to me so far.
I mean, I was listening to him
Hey,
earlier. Baby Keem nice too though.
Baby King too nice, man. And
Baby Keem hard. Baby Keem is hard. He is.
Baby King, man, he's gonna be a superstar one day. I don't think he's signed to TDE yet, but I think he's rolling with that camp pretty hard. So he gonna be coming out with an album this year probably, and it's gonna go nuts. But yeah,
Depends on when it drops, brother. You already know it's the
yeah,
guys.
everything is
It's
pushed
the
back,
guys sitting
pushed
there
back.
waiting on the album.
Oh
You
yeah.
got, you know. Talk to me about time, man. Talk to me about the project.
So
What can people expect?
man, it's I'm gonna look at the track list right now. I actually like
How many tracks we looking
finish.
at?
I just like literally just finished the album. I didn't have to turn it in per se. But two, four, six, looks like 8 tracks.
Eight tracks.
So I got a couple of producers that I work with. One is by Jay, um, producer that's really crazy, really different kind of samples that I work with his, and then this dude named my best friend Jacob that actually worked on the Travis Scott Netflix documentary. Um,
That's dope.
he did, yeah, he did like some production on that. I actually hit him up yesterday and was asking him, can I use, the sample, the loop that I used um, to build the beat around and everything and collaborate with him. Just asked him to make sure it's okay if I use it for a leap. And he was like, dude, goes crazy. So it's pretty big. Nice little check box to check off. So, but yeah, they go crazy. Other than that, it's all me on there. I got some crazy, crazy, crazy samples on there. Some stuff that you might not expect. Uh, some different kind of stuff. Some soul samples, some gospel samples. So it's pretty fun, man. It's like 8 tracks. It ain't gonna take you that long to filter through. But at the same time, it's something that's different. And it's gonna catch you off guard. The artwork, I work with my boy I Don't Cry, aka Chris. That was my roommate, like almost all the way through college, except my last semester. But came up with the idea for the artwork. Sent it to him. He hit me back up. We went through like several stages of artworks. We might have did like 10 before we chose the final one. So I chose the black one with the black diamonds on it. And
Yeah,
diamonds kind of
that mug is
represent
tight. That mug is tough.
right on, man. It diamonds just represent time and how diamonds are perfection per se, but nothing's ever perfect. So it's all kind of like a entendre that builds upon itself. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like the concept of it. I think it was easier to pull together once I started making more tracks. But it was hard to kind of let some tracks go that I wanted on there, and it just wasn't strong enough to me. So, but yeah, I think it's an amazing project. I think people gonna really like it. I think some rappers will mess with it. I think the beat price is elevated, so I hope they're ready to combat with that. I know we in a crisis, but everybody
Still
got to
need
get their
my
coins out here,
still
man.
need my coins, sir. And you
Still
still need
need
my
my
coins.
coins. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, It's gonna be I think I'm gonna drop it Friday. It is Friday the 8th. So I think I'm gonna drop it Friday. I'm off of work. I took an extra day off this week, so I think I'm gonna roll with that and drop it Friday and kind of let people listen to it and have something to do. I know y'all not doing nothing, so
We sure ain't doing
definitely,
anything.
definitely tap in. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of course, man. You already know. You already know my You already know I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna definitely tell you
right
which one
on,
I
man.
like off top. I'm super proud of you, bro. Like I said,
Right on, man. Right,
I just wanted to check in with you, man.
yeah,
Just see how life is. Hope all my brothers out there staying safe.
man.
I gotta quit playing. I need to hit up CJ. I need to hit up CJ. I gotta quit
Man,
playing.
look, I actually ironically CJ had reposted like an old interview that I had today that I posted like a couple of days ago. Just an interview from a beat
Yeah.
competition that I did last year, and he was just saying how he's super proud and stuff like that. But man, that's the guy that you need to watch out
I
for
need to hit
because
up CJ. I keep
he's
playing. I keep playing.
that man is elite. He's lethal, man. He's really gonna and he's in several bags. He's not just
Oh yeah, I know.
in
He's
one
in
thing.
several.
And bro's still gonna still in school, but still gonna go crazy. Um,
I'm gonna hit up CJ after this. I am. I thought
Definitely
about
do
that.
that, man. He definitely needs an interview because
No, CJ
he
needs, yeah. I need
might
to talk
be
to
he
CJ.
might be a little shy, but he got some things to say, and
I
I
don't think
just
CJ shy.
appreciate.
Is he shy? Is he shy?
I I think bro might be a little bit. I think he would be comfortable with me saying that he's a little shy, but I think bro has a lot to say.
Yeah.
Just blessed enough to know the guy and know all the work that he puts in because he's put in a lot of work over the last. Uh, I'll say since 2006 is when really bro first started trying to be attempted to be in the creative scene, and I just told him, man, go crazy, don't have no regrets, and he started off with the photos, and it just evolved into something that we could never imagine. And bro is very talented.
I got one final question for you. What is the thing that you learned the most during this time of
Ooh, that's interesting.
isolation, or whatever you want to call
Um,
it, quarantine, whatever?
I don't know, man. I think naturally I'm an optimist, or I try to be most of the time.
Yeah.
Um, and from the start, I kind of flipped it on his head, like this is God saying that we need to rest. Um, and that's me. This is just my personal opinion that we need to rest. We all need time with our families, significant others, whomever that we're at home with. We need time to hang out with them. We just haven't. The world's been moving a little bit too fast for us to kind of grab a hold and do that. And we have this time. Most of us, at least, not this guy so much, but uh, most of us had the time to kind of stay at home and regroup. And I know you might be bored, but brush up on some things. Learn some new recipes. Work out, work on music, write like yourself. Um, so it's a lot of things that people need to start back up or may want to start back up during this time. So I think it's time that we can't always get back with having a busy work schedule and working 40 hours a week or 5 days a week like most people do. So yeah,
That's real, man. That's real. I do think this was a moment for everybody to sit back. Obviously, it's a lot of people that has been affected, and all we can do is hope for the best as things are continue to open up. I just
right.
hope that people understand the importance of this isn't about you. Uh,
Hmm.
'Cause I
Right.
think people could be very selfish at this time. I remember I was out when I was driving yesterday, man. Obviously,
Hmm.
the world opening back up, people trying to, go back to normal. Obviously, I don't think you
Hmm.
should live in a fear state, but it's like you can't be selfish trying to go back outside. You know what I mean?
Man, I and this is my personal views of this. I don't I'm against the rushing to get back out there, man, because it don't matter if you believe in scientific or whatever, but people some people are experts, uh, in their own right, whether they have the PhDs to show for it or not. You know, they are experts in their own right. Listen to the experts, man. They don't do this just to do this. They live and breathe this stuff. Um, they know what's going on, and they've told us that several times to kind of stay put. So I'm gonna do my part and stay put. There's not anywhere in the world that I need to rush and be back
Right.
to. So I'm gonna do my part by going to work, coming back home. I try to support some of the businesses, and I've been doing a little bit more takeout, a little bit more home delivery and whatnot with food. So yeah,
I appreciate you joining me, brother. Hey, make sure y'all check in on Friday.
man.
Tap in on my brother Imax
Right
Beats.
on,
New
man.
project
Anytime, man.
time, because time is now. He's gonna drop another fire project, man. So
Yeah.
appreciate
I
you
got hold
joining.
on, right?
Go
I
ahead,
got something to say.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I
Go
just
ahead.
every time appreciate you reaching out. Allowing me to spend some time and talk with you. You were doing some big things. Proud to have you in my corner as another creative person to kind of branch me out and have me go to an audience I might not be going to all the time. So, man, I just appreciate your brotherhood, fellowship. Right on.
Appreciate that, brother. That's real, man. All right, I'm gonna holler at you later. All right,
All right, bro. I'll catch
my
you.
guy. Yes, sir.